Hi everybody and welcome to I Could View This All Day, our new show where we're going to be looking back at movies featuring superheroes from the past. So, I am joined as ever by my good pal James from the One Good Scare Show. James, Captain America 1990. What do you think of that then?
I was when you said you wanted to start the show, I was really excited. And then I watched this movie and I'm like, oh no, he's going to make us watch these things. I just found out 20 seconds ago when you said you have seen this before. And you still made us watch it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought, don't shake your head at me. I thought this was good fun. It's not a masterpiece. Don't get us wrong. This for me is prime kind of my age group when I was watching videos and stuff from you'd go to the video store and hire a direct to video movie. That's what this is. But you know what? I smiled all the way through it. So what's your problem? What's your beef?
This might legitimately be the worst movie I've ever seen. This was absolutely awful. Everything about it is terrible. The first rule of like filmmaking, to my knowledge, is show don't tell, and they don't show you fucking shit. At the start of the movie, like I will say I like the opening. When the movie started, I'm like, okay, this looks like there's camera work and like it's got a dark kind of opening where it's like Kid Red Skull getting taken and the parents get shot. I'm like, okay, very bleak,
bizarre,
yeah,
dark start for a comic movie.
I was like, oh, this is actually quite cool. Like I you know, this isn't too bad. And then it just goes like a sharp drop downhill from there. Like throughout the movie, we get told various things. It's like, oh, it's almost like they deleted scenes. So like at the start, oh, we found a test subject, you know, he was the best of 600 candidates. Okay, you don't want to show us why is this guy, this fucking car stealing, smoking asshole, like the best?
Yeah, didn't like that. Didn't like Captain America smoking. What's going on?
That was a
there?
conscious decision that the filmmakers made to like, let's have him punching a dart in the car on the way to the thing. I was like, all right, you know, but like, yeah, and like later on, there's a scene where it's like, oh, the president's been kidnapped. It's like, you don't want to have a sequence where like we see the president getting kidnapped. Is that not important enough to put in this piece of shit?
Piece of shit. This is the first of one you show, James, and you're visibly angry.
You did this to yourself, Peter. Okay, I'm actually upset that you made me watch this.
I thought it was good. No, I nearly said tremendous. It wasn't tremendous. But it's interesting you're saying about the missing pieces out, because I think you're right. There was definitely story elements that I thought, where's this come from? But the most notable point for me was when the president's in the jail cell and he gets free and he says, oh, Sharon's...
Yes! He doesn't know who Sharon is. There's no scene where he sees her getting put into her cell. He doesn't know who she is. So like, why is...
There's no dialogue. No dialogue between them.
So there's obviously a scene where they meet or they talk through the cell and he's supposed to know who she is, but like, no, we don't know.
There is a director's cut of this. I don't know if you know that. It's got 14 minutes of additional footage.
Wow, I'd imagine that's pristine. That must save the movie, I'm sure.
It's got 14 extra minutes of character-driven story rather than action.
Yeah, well, there's no action in this movie. Like it's just there's like barely any fight scenes in it at all.
To be fair, he has a limp, which gets better when he runs.
He doesn't look any different when he gets out of... When they do the super soldier thing, you see, like, I don't know, do they, like, inflate these kind of, like, prosthetics or something to make him... But, like, he gets out and he just looks the same. Then he gets shot immediately by... First off, when the guy shoots the scientist and he goes, "Hail Hitler," you don't want to do another take of that, maybe? Give that another go? Didn't seem a bit awkward, no?
It's interesting you saying that, actually, because the director actually asked Marvel Studios what he wanted to do was to have two different actors. So one actor playing Steve Rogers, and then when he
probably should have.
Captain America,
yeah.
Marvel said absolutely not. No, they said no. You've got to stick with the same actor. So I'm going to tell you what my biggest problem with this character is, with Captain America, is his face.
Now, in the helmet or outside of the helmet?
Both. He's got this. I'm trying to think of a polite way of saying it. He's got this... Are you allowed to say gormless these days? I'm not
Never
sure.
heard the word.
He's got this kind of gormless expression where do you know when people have the mouth open just enough so you can see the tongue? And he looks like that. Okay. I've just demonstrated the image. Right. He looks like that all the way through the freaking movie, and I just want to slap him.
He looks ridiculous when the mask is on. Like, there's a part where he's on the plane, and it's like from a side angle, and like it looks like the eyes don't line up properly. Like, it just looks like he's wearing a shitty Halloween costume. But I actually think there's moments where he takes the like hood off, and it's like, oh, that looks like Captain America. Like, that looks decent.
Yeah, they made a good decision to have the costume beat up a little bit and kind of torn and stuff. That looked good. I take it you know about the ears. You spotted the ears thing?
Oh, yeah, sorry, no, he's wearing fake ears. Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah.
So that's because the costume had holes in it, but his ears unfortunately chafed a little bit. So they sealed them up and put rubber ears on.
That's very considerate of them.
It's nice. It's nice of them, I thought. I mean, interestingly with the costume, again, the director asked Marvel Studios if they could use the US Agent, the black costume, or if they could update it and add kind of ammo pouches and make it more military. And Marvel Studios said, no, you've got to have a classic Captain America. Which, I mean, yeah, there are times it looked good. There are times I thought, my God, this looks like dog shit.
I think it's so inconsistent. Like, it's absurd. Like, at least it's, it's an attempt at that classic costume. And I think, yeah, sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. Do his family know he's taking part in, like, a secret soldier program? Because they're, like, what do they think he's going to war for? Like, because he's got polio. So obviously he's not going to fight. So what's the goodbye party for?
Just for shits and giggles, isn't it? I mean, this movie takes some liberties with the Captain America origin and the storytelling. The biggest, most offensive one for me, though, is why is Red Skull Italian? Why is he like a mafioso? What's going on there?
I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think they wanted, because a lot of the movie takes place in Italy, they wanted like a mafia kind of style for it. I actually think Red Skull might be the best thing in this movie. Like, at least he's entertaining. Like, the movie really lifts, I feel, when it's a sequence with him in it. But like, I didn't mind the Italian thing. Like, I thought it's different. It's a new take, and that actor seems to be the only person having a bit of fun making this thing. So
he's enjoying himself, and some of his lines, to be fair, are the best lines in the movie. I think the action. You mentioned the action was shit. I thought some of the action was okay.
When he actually chooses to fight somebody, which is rare. Like, there's moments where he kind of sneaks out. It's like, man, you're Captain America. Like, take them on, fight, throw your shield and hit something for once. Like, he misses every time he throws the thing.
To be fair, the guy's had no fighting training at all, has he? Because he literally is a polio guy who can't join the army. He gets injected with a super soldier serum, and then it's literally like 2 days later he's strapped to the rocket. So he's had no military training at all.
Yeah, and also, like, there's moments where people are like, there's a moment where Sharon, which is supposed to be Sharon Carter, I think, Sharon says to him, oh, I'm not going to let Captain America down. It's like, well, you don't know who Captain America is. Captain America wasn't this World War II hero. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. This kid took a photograph of him and nobody's ever heard of him. So, like, why are you saying it, like, with reverence, as if, like, Captain America's some hero?
Now the photo. Am I right in thinking good old Steve gets strapped to the nuclear rocket, whatever it is, in Italy, I believe? He then flies for, 7-8 hours across the ocean, and then he decides, as he's passing a kid, to dive. Why didn't he divert the missile earlier into the sea or some shit like that? Why did he wait until he sees little Johnny in his bike taking photos of the White House?
That's a very good point.
To think, oh, hang on.
I didn't think. But how did he see the kid? Because he's facing the sky, surely. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know.
Reflection off the moon.
All right. Okay.
Reflection off the moon, isn't it? For me, one of the other interesting factors in this is that, not only does Captain America smoke at the start, which winds us up, he's also a bit of a car thief, isn't he? I mean, my favourite lines in the movie, James, pull over. I think I'm going to be sick. And then he does this weird little fake run thing back to the car. He does that twice.
What a little bitch. Like, what a little sneaky bitch move. This is Captain America, like the good-hearted, like a Boy Scout. Like, and his main thing in this movie is fooling people into getting out of concern for him, of getting out of the car, and then darting back to it and driving off. What were they thinking? What is this?
I think you're being very negative. I think this movie did have some good points. You've got to admit there was some entertaining elements.
I have exactly 4 pros on my list, and some of them are so minute.
Give us your pros.
I said the costume looks decent. Sometimes we talk about that. Red Skull, we talked about that. If it is makeup, I'm assuming it's makeup. The old lady makeup, that looked good for the time, I think, and for the budget. Like, that old lady makeup looks all right. So that's fine. I'll give that a pass. That's cool.
I like how quickly Sharon gets over the death of her mother, which was directly caused by Steve Rogers coming back.
She's cracking wise in Italy, so she just doesn't care. Yeah, I do like that the movie went that dark, though, that they had them kill her. Like, I think that's cool. Like, that's good that they went that far, I feel.
What did you think of after the big kind of climactic battle where he beats Red Skull and then the shield comes back, and I can't remember the line he says to the the daughter, and it hits her. And he does that. Did you notice the kind of the turn to the camera and the little look into the camera and the wry grin? I nearly vomited.
Did you miss the best again? I have a note of this. The best moment in that thing. Well, my last pro is that he throws the shield at a bike and it like stops the wheel. And I'm like, okay, that was a cool moment. Fair enough. When I think the president either shoots somebody for him or throws him his shield, and he goes, "Thanks, Mr. President," and thumbs up. And it's like, God, really? Like, we're doing this? Ugh. Who is this movie for? It's too boring and dark for kids. There's nothing for adults really in it either. Like, it's just schlock. Just terrible.
If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes scores and the IMDb scores, it was for nobody. Because they're giving it 12% on Rotten Tomatoes, 3.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I don't think anybody liked this movie. It was kind of pushed along on the back of Batman 89 and about the excitement of Batman 89. And the budget for Batman 89 was 30 odd million. This had a budget of 6 million.
I'm surprised it had that much. The Raid was made for $1 million like today, so like that they could have had more in this. I don't get why, because they have like the Red Skull in like we have the opening sequence where he's red and then he's got makeup and like hair on for the rest of the movie. They didn't want to throw Red Skull back out at the very end, get one scene. He looks more like Jigsaw in the movie than Red Skull.
I thought that. I thought he had a very Jigsaw type look to him. I was fully expecting to get when the president gets the little vial of acid they've accidentally left right next to his hand.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting that to be thrown in Red Skull's face for him to then be deformed or something.
Yeah, or like Cap punches him and
yeah, but no, we get the melting the wrought iron steel lock or whatever instead. The Red Skull side of things, apparently the director said that he felt nobody would want to see that hideous face on screen for long.
That's all people want to see. That's the reason you have this character in the movie.
There's a few big cast names in this, really. I mean, it's fair to say, I don't know if you've had much of a look, but the main stars, Captain America, Matt Salinger, basically went nowhere. He did very little after this. He was famous for Revenge of the Nerds.
Well, his dad is J.D. Salinger, who wrote Catcher in the Rye, which is kind of crazy, So he's making bank either way. I'm sure he's getting royalties from copies of that book.
I mean, he's been in a few kind of TV specials and things and one-off episodes, but he's never done anything really
good.
The biggest names in this really
he doesn't deserve to he didn't deserve to go anywhere so.
With that gormless feckin' face. The biggest actors in this really are Ronnie Cox, who obviously plays the president, but it's from RoboCop. He's done a whole host of great movies, and actually I don't think he was bad in this. I don't think he was amazing, but in terms of acting, he was.
No, I thought he was fine. Likewise, I'm sure the next actor you're going to mention is Ned Beatty. So he's the Oscar. I enjoyed that character in this as well.
He was in Superman. He played Otis in Superman. Yeah, big actor. But interestingly, it does make you wonder about the whole production and filming kind of process, because Ronnie Cox, who, like we say, is a big actor, has got a lot of acting chops about him. He's gone on record as saying that he thought the script for this movie was one of the best scripts he's ever read, and he doesn't understand why it went so tits up, basically.
Because it's a bad script. It's awful. Like, it's so hodgepodge, slapped together nonsense.
It is cheesy. It's proper corny at points.
But not even fun corny, just bad corny. Just like, who gave the okay? Like, Marvel had input on this movie. How did they let it go so awry?
I mean, it's interesting that this movie didn't get a theatrical release.
It's not surprising, though. If this was made today, this would have gone Batgirl ways, and never seen the light of day,
Did get a limited release in the UK and in Italy.
That's hilarious. Captain America didn't come out in America. It's pretty funny.
But, I go back to my original point, James, and I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. This is not a great movie. I have to say I did find it entertaining at points.
Horrendous.
Not the best.
Just awful.
Yeah.
No, like almost no redeeming features whatsoever. Like, this might be the worst Marvel thing, I think.
Oh, I've got more for you to watch, James. Don't.
Christ.
Let's not kind of put it on that. This should be one marker. So do you know how on I'll Be Right Back, go check that out, we do the kind of the Willy's Wonderland marker. This will be our marker.
It's redundant. It's a moot point because everything is better than this, Peter. We can watch Elektra. We can watch the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. They're all better. I'd rather watch them any day than this again. I'm never going to watch this again.
I mean, I'm feeling like that's just a bit of a challenge that you're daring us to find.
I dare you to find something worse.
As you can see, we're gushing. That was our review.
I'm just going to say you're wrong. This is awful. Like, this literally, I think, the worst movie I've ever seen. and I'm
The worst movie you've ever seen.
Genuinely. Like, I would say it would be a good thing if every copy of this, if they went like Avi Arad with the Roger Corman movie, just burn every single copy that exists.
That was an uplifting first episode of this series. That was I Could View This All Day on Captain America 1990. We'll be back next time with this.
Dolph Lundgren, Louis Gossett Jr.
Mr. P, happy hunting!
The Punisher. Justice with a vengeance.